They are calling it the most open Champions League in years, with traditional powerhouses Real Madrid and Barcelona no longer the all-conquering forces of old, and contenders like PSG and Manchester City growing stronger every year. Only one of the ties needs more than a 2-goal swing from the first leg, which means plenty of tension and excitement in the eras Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Aguero, Kane, Modric, Griezmann and the rest do battle. Sportsmail assesses the state of play for each tie in the last 16. Borussia Dortmund v Tottenham Tuesday, March the 5th, 8. First leg score. Tottenham 3-0. Borussia Dortmund. The Champions League is the last realistic opportunity for Mauricio Pochettino to grab that elusive first trophy, and his team sent out a major statement in the first leg, their comprehensive win at Wembley achieved without Harry Kane. Kane is back for the second leg in Germany, with both sides struggling for form. Tottenham have picked up only 1 point from 9 in the Premier League, but Dortmund are also shaky. The long-time Bundesliga leaders lost at Augsburg on Friday to allow Bayern Munich to join them level on points. Spurs will be without Eric Dier, Harry Winks, Dele Alli and Kieran Trippier. Dortmund need teenage English winger Jadon Sancho to have more of an impact than he did at Wembley. Key man: Marco Reus, Dortmund, captain and playmaker. Real Madrid v Ajax Tuesday, March the 5th, 8. First leg score. Ajax 1-2. Real MadridReal have won the last 3 Champions Leagues, and whatever problems they have domestically, and there are plenty, they aren't going to give up their European crown without a fight. It will be a major surprise if they don't complete the job over Ajax after Marco Asensio's late winner in Amsterdam. The big talking point in Madrid is the treatment being dished out by their fans to Gareth Bale, who scored one of the greatest Champions League goals in history against Liverpool last May, but was jeered at the Bernabeu last weekend when Real were beaten by Barcelona in El Clasico. Ajax's best hope is that Real miss suspended captain Sergio Ramos at the back. They are second in the Dutch league behind PSV, but are the highest scorers in Eredivisie, with former Southampton man Dusan Tadic contributing 16. Defender Matthijs de Ligt has been heavily linked with Barcelona.Key man Luka Modric. Real Madrid, current World Player of the Year. Porto v Roma Wednesday, March the 6th, 8. First leg score. Porto 1-2. Roma. Whoever gets through this tie will be regarded as the outsiders in the quarter-finals. With both teams of a similar standard, this could be one of the most exciting second legs. Roma have the slightest of leads thanks to a double from teenage Nicolo Zaniolo, regarded as the best Italian prospect since Francesco Totti. Roma are a place outside the Champions League spots in Serie A, and were humbled 3-0 by Lazio in the Rome derby at the weekend, when ex-Manchester City defender Aleksandr Kolarov was sent off. But they have a good record in Europe, and reached the Champions League semi-finals against Liverpool last season. Porto will also be hurting after a 2-1 home defeat against main title rivals Benfica on Saturday, but will be boosted by news that key Roma defender Kostas Manolas is a doubt because of an ankle injury and illness. Porto striker Adrian could start, having scored their goal in the first leg as a sub. Key man: Edem Dzeko. Roma, vast experience up front. Paris Saint-Germain v Manchester United Wednesday, March the 6th, 8. First leg score. Manchester United 0-2 Paris Saint-Germain. If Manchester United can overturn a 2-goal deficit in Paris, it'll be a comeback to rank alongside the 1999 Champions League final win against Bayern Munich, when current interim manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer scored their winning goal. The home leg at Old Trafford remains Solskjaer's only defeat in charge, his plans disrupted by injuries to Anthony Martial and Jesse Lingard as Kylian Mbappé scored for PSG. United have been unstoppable on the home front, so their confidence should be high, particularly with Romelu Lukaku having netted 4 times in his last 2 games. PSG lead the French league by a hefty 17 points with Mbappé on target twice in a 2-1 win at Keen on Saturday. Before the tie, much was made of a foot injury to Neymar, but he wasn't missed in the first leg, while United's talisman Paul Pogba is suspended for the second leg. Neymar and Edinson Cavani, hip, are unlikely to feature in Paris, but United have an even equally damaging injury list, with Alexis Sanchez and Martial likely to be out. Nemanja Matic, Ander Herrera and Lingard also missed the weekend win against Southampton. Key man, Kylian Mbappé, PSG, unplayable at his best. Juventus v Atletico Madrid Tuesday, March the 12th, 8 first leg score. Atletico Madrid 2-0. Juventus. Cristiano Ronaldo is set to be the biggest casualty of the last 16, unless Juventus can pull off a dramatic victory, having been sunk in Spain by late goals from Jose Gimenez and Diego Godin. Ronaldo was primarily signed from Real Madrid to earn Juve their first Champions League since 1996, but it looks a tall order now. Atletico have the incentive of knowing this year's final is at their own stadium, the Wanda Metropolitano. Diego Simeone's side are the last team you'd want to score 2 or more goals against. They have conceded only 17 times in 26 La Liga matches this season, the best record in Spain. Juventus do have firepower, Paulo Dybala and Mario Mandzukic besides Ronaldo, and can rest players against Udinese this Friday, having beaten Napoli last weekend to go 16 points clear at the top of Serie A. Key man, Cristiano Ronaldo, Juventus. 5-time Champions League winner Manchester City v Schalke Tuesday, March the 12th, 8 first leg score. Schalke 2-3 Manchester City having won the first leg in Germany. This shouldn't be the toughest test for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City as they chase an unprecedented quadruple, but the perfectionist manager will remind his players they trailed 2-1 in Germany going into the last 5 minutes. There couldn't be a greater contrast in current form between the two teams. City have clawed their way above Liverpool at the top of the Premier League after an 8-match unbeaten run in all competitions. Goalkeeper Ederson hasn't conceded in his 3 games since the first leg at Schalke. Schalke have won only once in their last 8 games, and were thumped 4-0 at home by Fortuna Düsseldorf at the weekend, a result that leaves them 14th of 18 teams in the Bundesliga. While Guardiola has had to do without Aymeric Laporte, Fernandinho, and Benjamin Mendy in recent games, his problems are minimal compared to Schalke, whose angry fans forced captain Benjamin Stambouli to hand over his armband after their latest loss. Key man, Sergio Aguero, Manchester City, club record goalscorer. Barcelona v Lyon Wednesday, March the 13th, 8 first leg score. Lyon 0-0 Barcelona. This is supposedly not one of Barcelona's greatest teams, but they are 7 points clear at the top of La Liga after beating Real Madrid at the weekend, and are handily placed to reach the quarter-finals of the Champions League, a competition they haven't won since 2015 due to Real's dominance. Despite being held in France in the first leg, the form of Lionel Messi will give them every confidence of progressing. The Argentine has scored 33 goals and 34 appearances this season, and already has one Champions League hat-trick under his belt, against PSV in the group stages. Lyon are third in the French league and showed, when beating Manchester City at the Etihad, they are capable of causing an upset. Their star man is French World Cup winner Nabil Fekir, once courted by Liverpool. Barca have injury doubts over Samuel Umtiti, Rafinha, and Thomas Vermaelen. Man. Lionel Messi, Barcelona. Who else? Bayern Munich v Liverpool Wednesday, March the 13th, 8 first leg score. Liverpool 0-0 Bayern Munich. Will it be a blessing in disguise for Liverpool to go out of the Champions League? You won't hear it from Jurgen Klopp, and history gives them a chance of going through. In 1981, Liverpool drew the first leg of the European Cup semi-final 0-0 at Anfield, but went to Munich and drew 1-1 to advance on away goals, then beating Real Madrid in the final. Klopp's heavy metal football has gone a bit middle of the road recently. The home tie with Bayern was the first of 3 goalless draws in 4 games. Roberto Firmino hasn't scored in his last 6 games, Mohamed Salah for 4, a drought by his standards. Bayern are on a roll, having won their last 13 games domestically. Robert Lewandowski's double in a 5-1 win at Borussia Mönchengladbach at the weekend took his season's tally to 27. Key man. Mohamed Salah, Liverpool. Klopp needs his inspiration. Champions League last 16 Borussia Dortmund v Tottenham Tuesday, March the 5th, 8 p.m. Real Madrid v Ajax Tuesday, March the 5th, 8 p.m. Porto v Roma Wednesday, March the 6th, 8 p.m. Paris Saint-Germain v Manchester United Wednesday, March the 6th, 8 p.m. Juventus v Atletico Madrid Tuesday, March the 12th, 8 Manchester City v Shakhtar Tuesday, March the 12th, 8 p.m. Barcelona v Lyon Wednesday, March the 13th, 8 p.m. Bayern Munich v Liverpool Wednesday, March the 13th, 8 p.m.